All is one. P.A. Finley, thePafWay, Anonymous thePafWay, coming at you live. This is going to be part 2, and I'm thinking part 1 ended a little bit abruptly. I apologize for that, you guys. I think this is going to be the name of the series, The Wealth Within. I'm going to go ahead and name it that. Part 1 and 2. This is part 2 to The Wealth Within. And I ended up abruptly the last part 1. I was talking about in real time, asking the question within and coming up with the answer without. Very exciting. I got a feeling, I don't know. I got to just, I'm actually beginning this process myself, you guys. This is the next level for me. So I got to do more of that. I've always asked, not always, but I've been, for the past few years, I've been going within, asking within, but not with focus, not with purpose. I've been like haphazardly roaming through my mind, bouncing things around. But this time, right there, live, I asked the question, why is the world so crazy? With purpose and focus. Like, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to know. And I was asking myself this. And the answer it was very interesting. Because you're so crazy. So now, obviously, we talked about answers birthing other questions. How am I crazy? I need to find out, because craziness is a problem. And I believe that within each problem is also the solution. So if I'm crazy, if I'm insane, sanity lies within. I need to figure out how to pull sanity out, how to become sane. If I'm crazy, how can I become sane? It's just 2 + 2 to me. So, but I'll continue that process a little bit later. I think all of this is a personal experience. But I don't mind going online and sharing my personal experience with you. But I wanted to get to some other points. And basically, there's a wealth of information. Can you imagine? Let's just pause there for a second. Imagine, I'm supposed to turn this on too to get even better light. I got to a better place with more light, and that's even more light. Yeah. The more the better. You know what I mean? So I've been, so there's a wealth of information that I'm just tapping into this thing, but it makes sense. I'm talking about every second, every moment of my life, 52 years. All the stuff I wasn't paying attention to, the stuff I did pay attention to, the stuff I know, something I don't know, all that stuff is there, waiting to be exposed, waiting to be unveiled, waiting for me. And waiting for you. And this is what we're doing. We're encouraging the inward process. Ralph Smart would say dive deep. I'm saying dive deep within. All1llA is saying, yeah, dive deep within. Spend some time with you. And ask yourself the questions that you be asking everybody else. Ask those questions to you. And you're tapping in like a computer. You're tapping in. You're typing in requests. and the computer pops up, with it has a response to your question. It might not be exactly what you want. You might have typed in the words wrong. So sometimes we ask the wrong question. We don't ask the specific. It's not specific enough. It's kind of just like, why is the world crazy? Because you're crazy. So it's like, but I can now tapping in. I'm gonna go ahead and dive into that right quick. I get that response because if I see it, I am it. But in the instant, I can change that by asking, why is the world so great and awesome? You get where I'm going with this? Because I am great and awesome. What do we really want to know? See, my training and my history and my process of elevation and knowledge of self has given me the wisdom and information to know how to ask a question. Now, I don't have to, I already know this stuff is not even important. I already know the importance in comparison to the importance of self. That's where it's not important. By itself, it's important. If I eliminate myself out the process, yeah. If I'm looking at it subjectively, or if I'm looking at it objectively, then it's important. It's critically important. It's crazy. But as soon as I insert myself into the process, it becomes what? The knowledge of self suggests, AllOneAll suggests, that you have the wealth of the universe with you. So it's about tapping into that well that is our very own individual grain of sand, which is the beach. It almost is as if it's saying, this is how the grain of sand taps into the beach. Why wouldn't you want to go there? Y'all ready to dive in? One of the things I said on my recording was, just like a computer has an antivirus program, our minds has that programming too. So when we go within, we have to go with confidence. That's why it's important to know thyself, because that's the only confidence that allows you to get past and by the antivirus program. The antivirus, whenever we go within, notice how whenever you do mind trip, or we call it in the rooms of AA and NA, we call it the committee. When our minds wander and just go crazy and do what it does, the mind. It's like a mini attempt to commune with self. And the reason why it fails a lot is because it lacks the knowledge of self. In other words, while my mind is just running and the committee is just holding its meetings, the antivirus program looks at it as a virus and attacks it. That's where you get your monsters, your demons, your goobs, your goblins, and all the scary stuff. The scary stuff. And they come in and they question, who are you? What are you? What's going on? And if we don't have the confidence of self or the knowledge of self, we don't know who we are. And we come half-heartedly with our requests and be like, I just want to, get your mind out of here. Get them out of here with that weak stuff. But we come with the I am that I am. I am has arrived. Clear the lane. And then walk through. Then that's what they're going to do. They're going to part the Red Sea. They're going to bow down to that because you are the owner. Just like the computer, you are the administrator. That's what the computer says. So that allows you access into and bypasses the antivirus program. It keeps the unworthy out, which is a good thing. You don't want folks all kind of, because there's stuff all over the place, It's all kind of sources and forces in and out of your brain, and it's stuff flying all the way. So they got, that's a good thing. You keep that stuff at bay. Are you the owner? No, okay, get up out of here then. But once you come in and identify yourself as the owner, the original thought, okay, you got access. We're out the way. You're the boss. Our job is done here. So fear not with this process. Go in boldly, understanding that this is you. You're communing with you. And ask any question. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. Use that process within with boldness and confidence. And your information will come forward. But if you come in with the halfway stuff, that's why it's important to know who you are. To know thyself. Because once you know yourself, then you have access to everything, all your information, all your history, all your wealth of wealth. Can you imagine what's waiting for us inside? Listen, the macro outside of us, that thing that is from our eyes all the way out, our senses out, to the end of the universe, to just beyond. All of that is in reverse to the micro. Within. Right there with us. This is crazy intel. Are y'all getting this? Are we about to travel? Are we warp drive right now? Is that where we at? Can you imagine what is waiting to be known and realized and understood? Answers? Come on. It's crazy. And this is us. So listen, this is part 2. This, y'all know, it might be 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Because I'm just going to ride with this one. Am I still recording? Yes, I am. Okay, so listen, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Y'all know what time it is. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Do you believe that you have within you a wealth of, if your history has been recorded ever since day one, can you imagine all what you've seen and all what you've experienced, your 5 senses, all of that recorded? How much intel has been recorded? How many times you've made sense? How many times the light bulb popped up in your head? How many times throughout that process you got it, you became aware, and then you lost it, you forgot your life, moved on and whatever, but it's still there. Answers was revealed, you got to, now that makes sense. All that's there, that whole ocean of intel. Do you believe in that? Does that make sense to you? And are you ready to dive in? To you? All right, you guys, y'all know what time it is. Stay beautiful as you are. Peace, and one is all.